my name's Marge. I'm a yoga, I'm an empath, and I just like to give my talks on how I see things, how I collect data from the collective, and how I look at the collective as well, sum of all parts. Yeah, sum of averages of all parts. Yeah, I don't know. Like when you walk into a room, right? And there's 5 people in the room. 3 people are really happy about something, 2 people aren't. So I walk into the room, the collective of energy, collectively, strain. Tension, resistance, that's what I feel. Anyway, everybody's different. This is just how I see things, with my life path, my life experience and how it went down, Everybody has their story, and this one's mine, and, well, all are welcome. Unless, I don't know, you got different ideas, then maybe you should start your own too with your different ideas. It's not that I don't welcome people with different ideas, but people know when they're being an ass. They know it. You ever have somebody run into you and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, that was a total accident." No, it wasn't. People are far more direct and deliberate than they ever want people to let on. Because, the stuff that they're doing, they don't want you to know that that's how they behave and that's how they act every single day. They don't want you to know that they're selfish and stingy, and they would probably, in real life, an emergency situation, it don't matter the gender. Male, female, it don't matter, because low vibey is low vibey. I don't care about gender. Nothing is gender specific. Terrible drivers, not gender specific. The only thing that is pretty much gender specific is warmongers, though, because I don't know a lot of women that are like, go over and bomb that little impoverished country and wipe out all the civilians and it'll be great. I don't know a lot of women that care to do that. That one's gender specific. You guys can have that one. Anyway, so people are so much more deliberate, right? And we're coming into a time where, like, you can't hide who you are. You can't hide your emotions. People are getting struck. I see people all the time, and I used to be them. I used to cry all the time. I'm crying less. And it's the transits, things are settling down. So I'm a lot less emotional. Definitely all the time passionate. But the emotions aren't, and they're always welcome to come back, because emotions, you can't hide them, and people stuff them and try to hide them and manipulate them and tell themselves that they don't have them, and it's just so weird when we're just spirits having a human experience, as many experiences as we possibly can. The experiences are related to emotion. Duh. It's like people try so hard to keep themselves safe and from getting hurt and keeping them from harm's way and all this stuff, So it's like, if I would have listened to people, don't fall in love, it's way too painful. I would have seen all the examples of my life and just never ever would have tried. But it's an experience that everyone is supposed to try. So try again. I'll keep trying until I figure it out, maybe. Love. To me, it's a vibration. It's a frequency. It feels like electricity, and a lot of times people don't like that vibration. It scares them, So people will recoil and run from it. To each his own. What else? I don't really know about what's going on in the world right now. I'm on kind of out of a media black eye. Oh, it was freaking. Yesterday I was talking about some of the shows that I like that they got canceled. Speechless, Kids Are Alright. Those are a couple. I couldn't remember the name of Speechless for nothing. The kid who can't talk. Sometimes I just look at myself. Marge. Oh, Marge. I get that fucking Marge. Anyway, sometimes I make myself giggle. I don't know. It kind of feels like it's just weird. It's a weekend, and I keep going outside, and it just stuff feels weird. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like there's like freaking all these timelines, right? And they're just trying to decide which one's gonna land. This is how I look at timelines. I haven't done this one in a while. I did this in an old video. This is how I look at timelines. I don't read tarot, but I do decks, like decks cards. I always like playing cards. I grew up playing, but I was like 3, 4 years old and learned how to play cribbage. I was born an old man, right? So, timelines. It's like all these potential possibilities. For every card, there's a potential outcome, right? Or for a timeline, for a potential outcome for every card, right? And it's like the world is going, all these possibilities can happen, you know? And they're just kind of going, you know, and this is going to be the timeline that you're going to be on for the next while, you know, based on the events that have led up to the here and now, you know, based on our behavior, based on our actions, based on our merit, based on our integrity, based on our willingness to open up and let people in. I know it seems like kind of backwards. I don't have a whole lot of friends in real life. It doesn't keep me from stop trying. I'm always looking for on like meetups and, you know, on Craigslist. I'm looking for events and I'm looking for, you know, and every now and again I'll see something that trips my trigger, and then I'll go out and I'll be like, well, at least I came, you know. But you always got to keep trying. It's the people that sit there and get idle. They're the ones that freaking. It's the resistance, you know. Change is inevitable. And I was watching. That's the show I started. I noticed recently it was on Hulu, so I picked up because I used to watch. The little couple, now they're grown into a family, you know. I just like how they treat each other. They just treat each other with respect and dignity, you know what I mean? And I haven't had a whole lot of examples of that in real life. I've had some, but you know, it's mostly people like to try and pick at each other and prod each other and kind of, you know, we, you know, like I don't get those freaking those things where the boyfriends and girlfriends do things like light each other's feet on fire when they're sleeping and stuff like that. I don't like pranks, and that stuff isn't entertaining to me. Like, I would never ever fall asleep again if I knew that the person that I was supposed to trust more than anybody else, freaking that, you know, that was amusing. Because then I think that they're going to do it again, you know, or worse. It's just, what people do for entertainment is just weird, you know? Like UFSC, all that fighting stuff, you know? Violence and stuff. Well, a lot of the kids that are being born now are more sensitive, and they're also being born now with with a lot of recall from their past lives, you know, and their abilities of things that they've picked up and they're carrying along, and they come into this life and they just talk about it like second nature, you know, and like, this is how it is, this is how it is, and their parents are like, what? But they love their kids, so they're, you know, some of them are opening their minds to a different possible way of living in existence. And what, UFOs can be real, and you know, fairies and all that stuff. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, I've seen plenty of things in nature that I can't explain. I'm pretty sure scientists couldn't either, you know. But you get people with ideas, and they're like, nope, this is what it is, and that's all there is to it. Well, where's the imagination is that? Are you saying this is all there is to it because that's what someone told you? Probably. People got to come up with their own answers, you know? Question things. I know they're taking away art and music and all that stuff from school, but it doesn't mean that, you know, people can't use their imagination still. You know, it doesn't mean that you still can't do that stuff, you know? Anyway, it's nice, quiet. I mean, you ever just feel like you're the only one on the planet? You ever feel like that? I mean, you could really take that imagination line and go with it. Sometimes it just gets a little too quiet, you know? But I think that's about all I got for today. Today's full moon. You know, for me, drinking is never way, and that's another thing, you know, for people that can, this is, hey, if you can drink a couple drinks, hey, good for you. I wish I freaking could. I lost my privilege. I did. I lost my privilege because I don't drink one, I drink like 12. And that ain't cute. So, try and find some joy today. Try and find, if it gets too loud, things start getting too chaotic, just trying to find a quiet place and just give yourself some pause. Pause for the cause. Hope you have a rad day.